Today, I'm going out of my way to research the best performing Wonder Kids in real life football to make sure that these guys potentially will be the best Wonder Kids to use in FIFA 23 with the highest potentials. So let's dive into it. The team that we're using for this rebuild to bring in the best of the best is Nice, a club in France. Let's take over and show how Mbappe should never, ever dare to shoulder barge Messi again. Just for that alone, I'll have to destroy your club, Mbappe. PSG is going down. Now, looking at the squad right here with Nice, we already have a solid squad. So it's going to be quite useful because obviously we want to go ahead and bring in the best of the best Wonder Kids that FIFA 23 possibly will be able to offer. Now, in order to pull this off, I've come up with a system that possibly is going to be very accurate in terms of what EA is going to do going out there and putting high potentials on certain players. Let me explain to you right now. If you guys didn't know, Opta is a system that goes out there and gives the scores for football players on basically all the apps you use. OneFootball, FotMob, all these ones that you guys look into to see how well a player has done, where it like says 9.2, Messi scored 2 goals and got an assist and all that stuff. That comes from Opta. So I'm going to go out there, look into Opta scoring, find out who has done best over the last 40 games to go ahead and put those players into our teams. Obviously, I will also take into consideration that these players or the ones that play at the highest level of competition will be the ones that we go after because they will have the highest potential in FIFA 23. As we go through this video and this rebuild, what we're gonna do is obviously focus on bringing in top players by the end of this video. But because I can't afford the highest rated or highest potential Wonder Kid in the next season because he's still gonna be 23 by then, Donnarumma, he's the main guy that you fully expect to have the highest potential in that goalkeeping position. But in second place, I would highly argue that Lafont is the guy that is going to have the highest potential when it comes to goalkeepers in FIFA 23. This guy had an incredible season with Nantes last season. They somehow qualified for European football as well. He's 6'5", and I'm still shocked that he's at this club. I genuinely think Lafont will be a huge player in the future. He comes in right here, as I believe he will at least be the second highest potential goalkeeper in FIFA 23 for players 23 or younger. Now, the formation I want to use for this specific rebuild, by the way, is going to be the 4-3-3 attack. It's possibly the best one to go ahead and bring in the most exciting players into this one. So that's the one we use. One of the top prospects when it comes to defenders, it is Nico Schlotterbeck. The guy had an incredible season at Freiburg, a huge impact as a left-footed centre-back, I believe. And now he got his big money move to Borussia Dortmund. In FIFA 22, he had 86 potential. I would not be surprised at all. Based on actual performances and Opta scoring, he is one of the best out there. Nico Schlotterbeck goes straight into this team. Todibo plus money. But that is basically our entire budget used up for this season. So hopefully this will be all right. We have strengthened that defense, that's for sure. But we need to find solutions for the rest of the squad. And hopefully we can keep this squad growing because if we can sell them on for big money to bring in new big money signings. First season, it is Schlotterbeck and Lafont for now, unless I can sell someone for huge money. If we're talking about midfielders, and by the way, yes, I was able to bring in some cash, we need to talk about Enzo Fernandez. Now, initially, when I was looking at Opta scoring, I realized, you know what? This guy played at River Plate in Argentina. Some people might not take that too seriously and not accept that he's going to be one of the highest potential talents in FIFA 23. Now, in FIFA 22, he already had 86 potential, which is huge considering that he only played in Argentina. Now, just recently, he transferred to Benfica. First couple of games, scores goals from outside the box, bosses that midfield, does integrate himself perfectly into that Benfica squad, and I will not be surprised if this guy goes for a huge amount of money in the next transfer window. I do not see him for too long at Benfica. If Benfica can make a huge amount of profits off of him, they will do so. So Enzo Fernandez comes into our squad now as the third addition for this season. and replacing Rosario, who was included in the deal. This is the setup now we're going to have for the rest of the season. Now I actually do not have any more money. I'm going to turn Boudaoui into a center attacking midfielder, Kluivert into a right wing, and Atal is going to play right back for us. That should be fine. Now, I'm actually kind of excited for the rest of the season. So the first season is done, and you can see we are in the Coupe Nationale finale against Olympique Marseille. So let's see if the boys can win it. That would be a great achievement, but I'd be shocked if we actually were able to win. The league title. I thought we would win this one, so we have missed out on this title. We also missed out on the league title by a big gap, and this was to be expected, but I'm very happy that we qualified for Champions League football. That will give us additional money to bring in even more players going forward. Now, talking about the players that we have brought in, Enzo up to an 81, Schlotterbeck 84, Lafont 82. That is great progress within our team, and we can see it immediately. For the rest of the squad, Juri, I changed to a left wing, actually a top performing player. Scored one of the most ridiculous goals in the last season when it comes to young wonder kids. And actually, no, not a goal. He assisted Kasper Dolberg. Delors is up front. We're going to sell him. He's going to Real Madrid after this season, so we're going to cash in on him, which is going to be quite useful. Kluivert is leaving the team, so Stengs could take over if we don't necessarily bring in another player to play right wing for us. But that is the first season's growth, and performance-wise, yep, the guy that is going to Real Madrid, 24-4. Juri, 13-11. Thuram, very well done. Kluivert leaving us. Boudaoui, not that great. It's fine. Stengs, 5-5 off the bench. That is pretty impressive. Now I can't wait to bring in more FIFA 23 big wonder kids. If we talk about midfielders, it's a bit of a mess, but I have gone ahead, included Thuram in the deal, and I've got myself Tchouaméni, the man who moved from AS Monaco across to Real Madrid. He had an incredible season at AS Monaco, and that is obviously why Real Madrid picked him up. Now, if we talk about center midfielders, obviously there are a couple of options. We have the likes of Jude Bellingham, of course. We have the likes of Pedri. So don't get me wrong. If I can, I will bring those guys in. But initially, I think when we look at this team, in terms of like genuinely the best wonder kid in FIFA 23 so far, the only one we have is Schlotterbeck. The rest will still be upgraded as we move forward. But Tchouaméni could be very, very high on that list, especially now with Casemiro potentially joining Manchester United, which has popped up over the last 2 days. This guy could be the main man at Real Madrid, and that is just more potential than Bellingham at Dortmund. Let's be honest. But I won't go ahead and say that Pedri shouldn't be above Enzo Fernandez here. So that's something that we will try and work towards as we build our players up. We will bring the others in, but Tchouaméni now is a massive addition, and I do think in FIFA 23 he will have more potential than he did now, which is 88. I think next year it might be 90 plus. If I can't sign Upamecano, which technically would be the best player to bring in right here alongside Schlotterbeck for the best wonder kid in FIFA 23, I have to go for one step below that, and that is Kalulu. This guy in the previous season has gone ahead and won the league title with AC Milan. Throughout the season, working his way into the starting 11, and now also playing in the starting 11 for AC Milan. It seems like they're putting a lot of trust into him, which is great to see. He only was 75 rated in FIFA 22 with 83 potential. I fully expect him to be at least a 78 in the upcoming FIFA, along with much higher potential. I'd say like 86, 87, which again, doesn't make him the best, like Schlotterbeck in my opinion, but he is that one tier below who we will use to get to that best player later on. But now we are done with the transfers. 2 Frenchmen have joined our team. Someone has just come in and signed Amine Juri from our team for his release clause, which was above 106 million. So I had to bring in the best wonder kid for the left wing position, and this one is clear as night and day. There are a couple of other options as well, like the likes of Sinisterra, who has joined Leeds United. He had an unbelievable season for Feyenoord last season. Cody Gakpo, who is ridiculous for how tall he is. He's taking set pieces, he's taking free kicks, he takes shots from everywhere, he gets past people with dribbling. There are a bunch of really impressive ones, but let's be honest, the Real Madrid wonderkid Vinicius Jr. will once again be the highest potential left winger in FIFA 23. Now, in this FIFA, I actually don't even remember what was Vinicius Jr. his potential, because I'm pretty sure it was around the 90, if I'm not mistaken. 91. He was 84 rated in this FIFA. I'd say next one he comes up to at least an 85 and gets a 92 potential season. So that's going to be quite interesting. He joins us, takes over the left wing position. But here's the issue. As he joins, we are now in massive financial struggles and we don't have an actual striker.
Well, that's not good.
We have Sako, who's 66 rated. So complete mismanagement of the club right now. I need to somehow sell someone to at least be able to pay people's wages. Well, I had to bring in a striker. I sold a couple of players to bring in some cash. Pelmar is going to go for like 10 million, which should hopefully be enough to sort out the rest of the team for the rest of the season in terms of wages. But Jens Odgaard is coming into the team. He just recently joined AZ Alkmaar, had a great season with Waalwijk last time around, had great performances for a team that isn't necessarily the best. The guy was performing to a top level. So he is going to be a much better talent in FIFA 23. Obviously not one of the best in terms of the best wonder kids, the concept that we have right now, but we have to work with the money that we have. He comes into the team, upgrades that position to a 69. I really hope he grows to at least like a 73, because he's the only hope I have. Lads, I don't know what the hell is going on, but this team is in the Champions League semi-final. I have a 73 rated Odgaard up top. What? No way. Oh my god, we lost in a Champions League semi-final. I genuinely thought we were about to get there. Now, obviously, the goal of this video is not to necessarily build a team up to win the Champions League title. The goal is to bring all the players in that I have in my mind to have the highest potential and then win the Champions League title. But a semi-final is quite promising, I'll say that. We have the cup final here coming up against PSG. And let's see if we can do well there. Is that going to be a victory this time around? Have we won the league title? Nope, we lose right here. And we also go ahead and lose right here, which is surprising because it's a quite close battle between AS Monaco, PSG, and ourselves. But we qualify for Champions League football once again, which is extremely important to be able to keep bringing in those high-rated talents. But when we talk about the ones that we have here, Vinicius Jr, 88, Tchouaméni, 87, Schlotterbeck, 88. That is great to see. The rest of the team is still subject to change, but it's great to see also as well that Odgaard has gone up to a 74. I'm assuming he has had a good season because I don't even know how he made it to the Champions League semi-finals with Odgaard in the team. 37-8 for Vinicius Jr. Stengs 22-11. He's going to be an exciting prospect very soon, I assume, after that season. Odgaard has gotten 20 goal contributions. Tchouaméni got himself 20 as well. Pretty happy with how things have gone right here for our squad. I'm just excited to get more cash to add more big players to the team. Now, sadly, guys, we had a technical issue. I was just checking through and I was seeing when I pressed stop recording, it just wouldn't stop recording. So that is obviously not good. The video file corrupted after the last scene that you have seen, and that really, really sucks. But I really want to put this video out there for you guys, and trust me, I still haven't won the Champions League title, so that's a good thing. But I did continue in bringing in new players into this team, and I want to showcase to you what has happened right now. First of all, the goalkeeping position. We obviously had to go ahead and get ourselves Donnarumma. The way I did it was Lafont became 93 rated. I swapped him out against Donnarumma, who was 92 rated at the time. That was perfect. Donnarumma was secured that way. Then for the left back position, it only made sense to go after the biggest money transfer we ever had for a left back. Cucurella is possibly going to be the highest potential left back in FIFA 23, in my opinion, just due to the fact that he is extremely expensive, but also due to the fact that he had a great season at Brighton and people seem to really find interest in him. Now, He had like 84, 85 potential in FIFA 22. I do believe that can easily go up to the 88, 89s. Alphonso Davies in FIFA 22 was the best young but wonder kid to get in terms of the heights you could reach, but Alphonso Davies' season hasn't really been as good. It has been riddled with injuries, so I do think there is a chance for Cucurella to take that spot, because EA really likes to go out there and do things like this for players who come in for massive fees into big clubs in the Premier League. So I do expect him to be that guy. Right now, he's 92 rated for me. I am in 2025, and I did use a swap deal for our left back that we had, plus money to get Cucurella. The next player is just based on statistics. For Bayern Munich, Upamecano has done an incredible job over the course of the games that he has played for the squad. He is one of those big French centre-back talents that we have out there, and I fully expect him to be up there with the best when it comes to youth talents in terms of that position. I did use Kalulu. He was actually 88 rated by the time I swapped him for Upamecano, who was only 86 rated. So that worked out just perfectly. That is how we made that deal happen. And now he's 89 rated. And by the way, this team is only lacking one player. You'll realize which one. For the right back position, I mean, do we even need to discuss? I did get myself Alexander-Arnold. Atal was gone. We used a huge chunk of our budget to get Alexander-Arnold into the team, which I was very pleased with. Then for the center midfield position, I did go ahead and get myself Pedri, as I mentioned, hopefully in one of the parts where the video was still fine. He has come into the squad for a swap plus money deal for Enzo Fernandez. He came in as an 89 rated player, grew to a 91 at this point, and still has some room to grow, as we can see right here. 17 weeks to get up to the 92, which hopefully will be the end of the season and us in that Champions League final. But you couldn't have a FIFA 23 Best Wonder Kids video without Pedri in there, let's be honest. Surprisingly enough, that Boudaoui that we had in our team, last time you saw him, he was 84 rated. He grew to a 90 rating, got 20 goals and 23 assists in that season. And I was able to go for an easy straight swap for Musiala. But instead of doing that, I actually sold him for over 200 million, and then went ahead and got myself Musiala for only around 100 something. He came in as an 85 rated player, swapped him into a cam, which gave him like a +1, +2 upgrade immediately, which I do believe is going to be his position. And let's talk about Musiala. This kid has been incredible at the beginning of the season for Bayern Munich immediately. Bayern Munich has obviously signed players like Sadio Mane and such, but anyone and everyone in Germany right now is talking about this kid and his abilities. The German media is pushing this guy in a massive way, and I do fully believe in FIFA 23, he is going to be the highest potential wonder kid in that cam position. At a 91 rating right here, possibly could end up at the 92 by the end of the season. For the right wing spot, which is actually the last spot that we have put into the squad up until now, it is Anthony, 89 rated at this stage. Stengs was 90 rated when I went for the straight swap deal for Anthony. That is the only way that we could facilitate these players coming into the squad, because obviously they cost immense amounts of money, and our budget never really went above 100 million, which was annoying, even though throughout the seasons that you guys sadly haven't seen, I did win the league title a couple of times. We never managed to win the Champions League title. That is a big surprise to me, because as you guys can tell, this team is very good. So I have put together an insane team, and you know what? I'm very happy with it. I genuinely believe every single player right here is going to be at least top 2 highest potential players in FIFA 23. But this one, David Nunez, don't get me wrong, I think he will get a potential upgrade. In FIFA 22, he had an 86. In FIFA 23, I fully expect him to be like around 88, 89. But that still doesn't make him the highest potential wonder kid. We all know who it is. I'm trying to get that one man into the squad, but it is hard to do. I'm trying my best. We'll see if that works out. But this is the squad as it stands. And about Anthony, once again, I do believe for that right wing position, he is or should be the highest potential wonder kid. If you guys have any other ideas, let me know in the comments down below. And I'm so sorry that the files got corrupted. You missed out on a couple of seasons, but here we are now. Hopefully that update helps you. and we are pushing on to hopefully get that last man into the squad. And you know what? Since you guys didn't get to see it, obviously 2023 season, that is the one you saw last, May 2023. So I want to show you right here once again, semi-finals in the Champions League in that season where the files started getting corrupted. We did win the league though, which was huge. 2024-25 season, again, semi-finals in the Champions League. Did not get further than that. Boudaoui, as you can tell, 212 million is what I sold him for. First in the league once more. And now in 2025-2026, you can see that we're still in the group stages of the Champions League and trying to work our way to the top. Stengs sold for 199. Anthony bought for 149. Actually, it wasn't a straight swap. I got that one wrong right there. But yeah, it's looking good right now. 21 games, 13 wins, 5 draws, and 3 losses. Now we can finally move on. I'm so sorry about the files corrupting, but I spent so many hours on this already. It would absolutely suck if I couldn't post this today. Look, even though we took a dig at Mbappe, I still believe that in FIFA 23, he is going to be one potential rating above Haaland. Let's say Mbappe is 95, Haaland would be a 94. That is what I see coming. And you can see right here, Haaland is a 94 as we get him into the, he is on a transfer hub. But Mbappe is now part of the squad. I basically spent 150 million that I had left, plus David Nunez, for this deal to happen. And I'm so glad that I could somehow save this video. I really hope it doesn't ruin it for you. I know there's a little bit of progression that you lost out on, but this is now officially in my opinion, the FIFA 23 highest potential Wonder Kids team. It is ridiculous. I do fully expect this to be the highest potential one out there, apart from maybe, what would I say? Do I think Wirtz is going to be higher rated or higher potential than Musiala? Do I think Kai Havertz is going to be? I don't think he's going to be. Kai Havertz in this game, in FIFA 22, had 92, right? So I think Musiala could easily get there. Florian Wirtz, if they don't necessarily go out there and take it away too much because of the injury, he could be on the same level as Musiala potentially. For that centre midfield role, obviously there are a couple of options, but I do think Tchouaméni now possibly becoming the main guy at Real Madrid in that CDM spot, CDM/centre mid. He could be the one, and Pedri definitely is going to be. Centre back spot, I think we could argue about it. There could be some players to come in here and potentially get a little bit of a higher rating in FIFA 23, but genuinely speaking, based on performance, Schlotterbeck has to be there, and the move that he has made to Dortmund, first couple of games, performing really well, slotted in perfectly into that squad. Cucurella, maybe Alphonso Davies, maybe Cucurella, but I do think due to the fact that he has cost so much money and had a good season, and the fact that Alphonso Davies didn't perform to the level that he should have, this just makes sense. And the rest of the squad is just self-explanatory, possibly. Anthony, if you guys have another suggestion there, let me know again, but I do feel like this is the squad. So now, let's see if this team can get to the Champions League final in 2026. We're only half a season away. So, Bayer Leverkusen, let's be honest, not really a tough opponent. We get past them with ease. The question is, who's next? It's Juventus. Should be easy. Technically speaking, we should have one of the best teams in FIFA right now in our squad, but we also have to look at the fact that there isn't going to be many changes when it comes to the highest potential players out there. I mean, of course, it is supposed to be kind of that way. You'd hope that EA gets it right. By the way, we are in the Champions League final. And if EA get it right for FIFA 22, technically speaking, for FIFA 23, it shouldn't be much different. But again, as I said, like, I'm going to double check myself right now which players play in certain positions that I thought would maybe not be the top potentials, and we're going to think about it. So candidate number 1, Anthony. I said he's going to be the guy, and when I'm looking at the options right here, I see players like Ferran Torres. I don't think he's going to be higher potential. Didn't necessarily have an insane season. He moved from Man City to Barcelona. Didn't do exceptionally well. People were complaining about him many, many times. Then when we look at other options like Jadon Sancho, for example, I don't think he should be competing based on the performances. I think Anthony is pretty much set here with the rest of the squad. Musiala, I'm going to back him as well. Now the question is Tchouaméni. For Tchouaméni, there are many, many players that play like that centre midfield type role where you could argue others could maybe have it down. But for me, it's either Tchouaméni or Jude Bellingham. And when I look at both, I look at a Dortmund player, I look at a Champions League winning team, bringing in a huge talent to now also play in the starting lineup. For me, it just makes sense. It's either Jude, Tchouaméni, or Gravenberch. Obviously, we already have Pedri. I think it's going to be him. I genuinely do. And for that left-back spot, as I mentioned again before, it's Davies, 89 potential. Cucurella, I think he's going to go up to 88. I can see Davies come down to like an 87. So I think it just makes sense. Centre-back, again, this is the spot where I can probably see a lot in the comments going on. Which one is the best and all that stuff. I mean, this is a bit of a weird one. Of course, De Ligt would be kind of huge. I mean, De Ligt in FIFA 22 is 21 years old. In FIFA 23, he'll be 22. You could argue De Ligt is the guy, but based on performances, it doesn't make sense because he hasn't been that insane centre-back. And when I look at the other options, Gvardiol, I agree. I kind of agree. Maybe Gvardiol and Upamecano, I can see both on the same level because Gvardiol, statistically speaking, had an incredible season, just like Upamecano. So there is going to be a battle there. But in my opinion, Schlotterbeck should be the #1 centre-back, and we'll see how that goes. But now we get to test this team in the Champions League final against FC Barcelona, and this should be a lot of fun.
Here we go!
Champions League final, Nice against Barcelona. Barcelona coming in with the likes of, let's see, who do we have here? Kimpembe, Ter Stegen. We have, I don't know who that is. We have the likes of John Stones, Mendy, Goretzka, De Jong. Interesting lineup to say the least. I can't wait to take them on. We obviously have ridiculously good players. So technically speaking, you would expect us to destroy this opponent. But will that happen? Let's see. That's mine. Pedri, can you win that in the air? Yes, he does. Musiala, finish. Ter Stegen, first save of the day, 7th minute. We're going to play this one short because we have Anthony on the ball here. Anthony goes for it. Far post. Schlotterbeck goes for this bicycle kick, I believe it was. Tchouaméni. Good turn. Mbappe. Not enough accuracy on these. Trent. Trent. He's struggling defensively here. No surprise, as always. Barcelona getting through with the likes of Gavi. Schlotterbeck steps in and gets that one. All right. Well done. Into Musiala. Mbappe. Vinicius Jr. It's a great ball through. Vinny Jr. Can he do this by himself? He should have. He should have been able to score that, in my opinion. Oh, Tchouaméni. Big steal. Smack it, son. Oh, smack it properly into a corner. What the hell? Cucurella making a great run. Will he be able to get that? Yes, he is. Into Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. cuts inside. Has the likes of Mbappe making runs. Musiala over across to Anthony. And Anthony, brother, come on. Vinny Jr. waiting. Cucurella, not Cucurella. Here we go. Vinicius Jr. Tchouaméni in the center. Just waiting for that moment. Ah, man, I can't score against this team, huh? Lovely. Musiala. Go on, son. Go on, son. Yes. Just do it alone. Oh, mate. Just can't freaking score. Schlotty, easy dub, right? Dude, Ter Stegen, piss off. Upamecano. Mbappe. It's Ter Stegen again. It's Ter Stegen over and over again, man. Just go away. Ansu Fati now running through. Barcelona. Very, very dangerous. Ooh, no, please. No. He didn't shoot. What the hell is De Jong doing? The target was completely open. He should have easily scored there. I don't know what the hell De Jong is doing, lads. Here we go into Mbappe. I feel like he hasn't touched the ball once today. There he goes again. Musiala, great ball into Mbappe. Mbappe. Yes. Yes. Oh, thank you, mate. Finally. Freaking finally, we have pulled it off. with the biggest talent in FIFA 23 for sure. It is Mbappe running through late into the game. A little bit of a skill move, trying to get past defenders, irritate them. Great ball from Musiala. There we go. That's a beauty. I think there might have been a handball, but do we care? No. Yeah, get out of here. Cucurella, big steal. Vinicius Jr. needs to make a run for me. I see Mbappe. What a ball from Cucurella. Are you freaking kidding me? That's a left back on his right foot. And I can't believe... Dude, Ter Stegen needs to get an award for this game alone. Honestly, the guy's been doing incredible things throughout this entire game. And there's Cucurella again. Hey, that's it. We have beaten Barcelona. The best talents of FIFA 23 have pulled it off. Here he comes, the owner of PSG. He is settling down because he's not the captain here. It's Nico Schlotterbeck who will be lifting the trophy. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Who do you think is going to be a talent in FIFA 23 that will get massive potential that didn't have it yet in FIFA 22? There are a lot of people that come to my mind, but I want to know from you guys in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm excited for FIFA 23. We're not far out. Hopefully, we get to play it soon enough. And if you have the beta, like I do, you already get to play it, which is great to see. So, hope you guys enjoy it so far. Have a good one. Take care and peace.